Hello everyone. Today we will be seeing one important editorial that was part of your Hindu newspaper on 18th May 2021. So what was the editorial was about? So editorial was with the heading, unwarranted arrest. So it was saying the arrest was not justified. So it was mainly dealing with the sedition law. So it is said that the crux of the article was, sedition law is being increasingly misused. So we will see what is sedition law and what can how from the point of view of means what becomes important vis-a-vis sedition law and with the polity. Okay. So see, the sedition meaning is, basically, inciting people to rebel against the authority of the state. So you provoke people, you catch on their, emotions and make them, rebel against the authority of the state. So resorting to violent means. So this is we call it as a sedition. So this was drafted by, Thomas Macaulay. This is the same person who was heading the Law Commission of 1833, and it was added into IPC in 1870. So as a part of IPC, section 124A, so it says sedition is something that any words spoken, written, or sign which brings hatred or contempt against the government of the day. So that will be considered as an offense. Why? Because it is spreading disaffection towards the government. Disaffection means disloyalty and all the feelings of enmity. So sedition is inciting people to rebel against the authority of the state, and IPC section 124A says that this kind of acts are offense because you are spreading disloyalty and feeling of enmity against the government of the day. So this is the meaning of sedition, and time and again you come across in newspaper that section 124A is in news again and again. So what we will see is what is the necessity of sedition law. Okay. See, state has n number of functions. State, representation of state is nothing but the government of the day. Government of the day n number of Government of the day has n number of functions. Among the functions, you know uh, it is government of the day should maintain, public order. There has to be peace and order in the society, law and order situations. There has to be security of the state. There has to be, uh, integrity of nation should not be divided, it should remain as a one entity. So, and there has to be morality. So these are all the functions of the state. They should see that they are all ensured. So but you see, there are always impurities in the solution. No solution is pure. In the same way, society is not composed of ideal people. There are antisocial elements, there are anti-national elements, there are secessionist tendencies, terrorist elements. What these people is, they catch on the sentiments of the people. They catch on the sentiments that people have to their identity of a particular region, particular language, particular religion, caste. And what they do is they provoke people on these sentiments, and people start to, have hatred against the state. So as I said, function of the state has to see that there is a security in the state. It has to say that nation remains as a one entity, integrity. So there is law and order in the society, but these things are threatening these functions of the state. So in that case, it is rational to recognize these as offenses. Okay, so that is what the sedition law is doing. So sedition law recognizes these offenses, all those which are trying to, subvert the government of the day. So this is thus sedition law is rationally justified. Okay. But the thing is, so if this is rationally justified, what is the issue then? So if the sedition law promotes security of the state, then what exactly is the issue with the sedition law? There are criticisms against the sedition law. The issues can be said in, we can discuss in line of criticisms. See, what it is said as that, sedition law is a colonial period law. You already know it became part of IPC in 1870. So the initially it was brought out to curb the Wahhabi activities, which was the threatening British government. Later on, the law was used by the British to curb the growing nationalism in India. So, under the sedition, leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Mahatma Gandhi ji were all tried under sedition because they were. It is charged that they were spreading hatred against the British government. So once the we got in, India got independence, the situation has completely changed, right? So the point is that because we got independence, this is a colonial period law, we have to do away with this. And one more is that uh, it is said that it is criticized that sedition law is restricting freedom of speech and expression. You all know there is preamble reads as liberty of thought, speech and expression, liberty of speech and expression. So that is guaranteed by freedom of speech and expression under Article 19 of the Constitution. But it is said that this is curbing the freedom of speech and expression. You are not allowed to express. We will see how it is. But another criticism is that government is using misusing the sedition law just to curb the dissent, or just all those people who are criticizing the government policies. So criticizing the government policies is, you know this is nothing but your freedom of speech and expression. I said liberty of thought and expression. People think, analyze the government policies and they criticize the policies. But it is seen that the sedition law is misused to just to threaten such kind of individuals. Okay, so you see that Mahatma Gandhi is saying that Section 24A is prince among the political sections of IPC, designed to suppress the liberty of citizens. By curbing freedom of speech and expression, Section 124A is curbing the liberty of the citizens, is what Gandhiji is saying. Okay, so because of all these reasons, validity of this law was challenged in the courts, and there are two important cases we should know. One is Ram Nandan versus state of Uttar Pradesh. So what was the verdict of this case was, uh, High Court held that Section 124 is restricting freedom of speech and expression. So it is ultra vires. Ultra vires in the sense it is beyond the powers given to authority. And but this judgment was overruled in Supreme Court in Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar. So what it said here is it is a intra vires. What it means is it is within the power of the authority. See, as we said, state has n number of functions. So maintaining public order, all these are functions of the state. So to maintain that, you can use 124A, and this is provided within a part of Constitution. How? See, it says that Section 124A does not take away the fundamental right to freedom of expression, but it is just a reasonable restriction under Article 1902. 19.2. 19.2, if you see, there are restrictions, reasonable restrictions, like I said, public order, friendly relations with other neighboring nations, morality. So state has to ensure these all things, so it can make use of 124A. So that is how it is within the power of the authority section, that is intra vires, within the power of the authority. So Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar is an important case where Supreme Court held that Section 124A is not violative of Constitution, rather it is within the power of the authority to maintain security and sovereignty of the state. So this is what Supreme Court said. But there were charges, I said, like charges of this is being increasingly misused by the government of the day for political reasons. So that was also addressed by the Supreme Court. What Supreme Court said was that just mere criticism of the government policies will not qualify to be called as a seditious acts. It said that only those acts which are intended to support the government by violent means, that will be qualified. And only those things which create disturbance of public peace by resorting to violence or inciting violence, only these two acts can qualify to be called as a sedition according to the Supreme Court. One, by if you are if there is, if it is meant to subvert the government by violent means. Another, if it is inciting violence. So in a way, what Supreme Court did was it protected the right to freedom of citizens without compromising the security of the state. How? By saying that it is a reasonable restrictions, it is within the power of the authority. So this was an important judgment, but still today, the law continues to be misused. That's why it will be in news again and again. So one more thing is uh, so that was the article. We will see the few questions from the previous year mains UPSC that can be linked to the discussion that we had. So one is, what do you understand by the concept of freedom of speech and expression? Does it cover hate speech also? And another section is, why do films in India stand on a slightly different plane from other forms of expression? See, you can begin with the freedom of speech and expression guaranteed under the Constitution of India, Article 19. So liberty of thought and expression, liberty of thought and expression. What happens, like how do you elaborate? You should elaborate by saying that freedom of speech and expression includes n number of things. It is not just it is expressing through various means. It is including freedom of press. It includes all things like protest, right to carry out the protest, carry out protest. So what you need to do is, a concept of freedom of speech has to be highlighted. So saying that it has n number of things, carrying out the protest, freedom of press is implicit within this, and right to know about government's activities. Right to know about government's activities. So there are other things also, freedom of silence. Highlight these as a part of freedom of speech and concept. And second part, does it cover hate speech also? So how do you elaborate on this part is, see, hate speech is generally trying to create hatred. So hatred might be against an individual, hatred might be against a group of community, hatred might be against a particular region or state, or particular linguistic people, or particular foreign nation. Okay. So hate speech can be targeted at these things, these people, individual or community, region or linguistic. So you already seen that we already discussed, liberty is not a license. It has to be enjoyed within restrictions. So restrictions are public order, restrictions are morality, restrictions are, friendly relations with the neighbors. So hate speech will threaten all these things. So that's why we say that freedom of speech and expression does not cover hate speech. Okay. So going to next part of the question, why do films in India stand on a slightly different plane from other forms of expression? See, you see, keyword is forms of expression. See, you see, there are different ways of expression. Film is one expressing way. We have paintings, okay, and we have literary works, we have music and all. But you see, among all these medium of expression, film is relatively more popular. Because see, for example, when the Bahubali 2 movie was releasing, like it was as if entire nation was waiting to watch the movie. So it is more popular when compared to other forms of expression. But this is a one good sign from economic point of view. But from other point of view, see, the movement, so it has wider reach. The content that is part of the movies is going to influence the society on larger scale. So if it contains something which is against the sentiments of certain sections, that is going to disturb the peace in the society. For example, Padmavati movie was there. There was a protest against the release of these movies because it was hurting the sentiments of Rajput community. So that's why film has higher reach. So whatever the content is part of the film is going to have impact on the that public order, morality, and all those reasonable restrictions which are part of freedom of speech and expression. So that is how film stand on a different plane when compared to other forms of expression. So 200 words answers, 10 marks you can definitely write. And questions 2 is with respect to 66A of IT Act. So Shreya Singhal case is a important case. So that was also with respect to alleged violation of Article 19 of the Constitution. This we will not discuss. You go through it, read, and try to write the answer. Okay. So this was today's lecture. So you can download this PDF from the link that is shared. And thanks for listening. Have a good day.